Last year, I moved from China to Canada after spending up to 7 years in China. And just recently, I quit my first job. Well, I got a job back in October and I just had to quit. And I don't know if I made the right decision or not. I have been, I had a lot of thoughts on my mind while making that decision. It was a really hard decision, but I had to make it. And that's probably because there's so much happening here in Canada for new immigrants. Like when you get to Canada as a new immigrant, it's so hard finding your balance. And I experienced that, and I'm not shy to say it. I went through a whole lot. During my first time here in Canada, it was a lot. Because when you get here, it doesn't matter what you have studied back home, because back home I had a degree in marketing. So getting here, everything seemed different. And you see different sectors that pay differently, that have different benefits, health benefits and more. So when I got here, I definitely felt that confusion and that problem. But then I got a job, started working. Of course, I loved the job. It was an amazing job at a multinational company, international company actually. I had amazing work colleagues, and the work environment wasn't bad at all. It's just that I had to look more into my family, look more into my life, and plan more for the future. Of course, I believe that there's so much that is waiting for me. And one thing, when I tell so many people that I quit my job at this international company, they ask me, what next? Was it a good idea? Are you sure you wanted to do that? Well, not so sure. I would lie to you. I wasn't so sure about my decision. It was hard, but then I had to do it. So yeah, that's the reason why I handed in my resignation. It wasn't an easy task. It took me a couple of weeks to make that decision. But when I finally did, I felt relieved, but then not in a very good way. I felt relieved and sad at the same time because that was my first job and it was an amazing experience, and they set the bar right here. It's an amazing place. Most people know the place, and it's hard for so many people to leave that comfort and move to a part where you feel like you have no cushion to lean on to if something goes wrong. Because yeah, I've only been in Canada for like 7 months now, and quitting my job without having something stable can be very, very hard. But then I had a plan before quitting. So one of the plans that I had was Uber. Yeah, it's hard driving Uber, but then at least I can pay the bills while I work on my goals and work to figure out the best possible next step. And trust me, guys, it wasn't an easy task quitting, because if you are watching this video and you live in Canada, I'm sure you understand how the system works and how tough it is to get a job and how tough it is to maybe handle all the bills, because you work, especially as a new immigrant. First, finding your career, it's hard, very hard. I went through a lot. Well, I got about 3 job offers when I just got here within the first 2 months. That's another story for another day, by the way. And I got this offer, which was an amazing offer with this international company, which is mainly based in the United States and also here in Canada. I accepted that and was doing the work. And one of the reasons why this decision of quitting right now delayed, I believe, was partly due to the lack of information which I didn't have at the beginning. You know, as a new immigrant, when you get to Canada, you're gonna have so many people giving you different ideas, telling you, oh, do this, do that, do A, do B, or this is a great idea, do this, oh, that's a great idea, do that. But then you need to sit down and think for yourself. Make the right decision for yourself. But no matter what you do, keep moving. That's one thing I learned during my time, not just here in Canada, but while I was living in China. When you see something that you want to do, just do it. You do not need to wait for someone to come and tell you to do it. And it has really helped me a lot. That's a philosophy that has pushed me to achieve a lot of amazing stuff. And yeah, I actually quit a couple of weeks back and I do not regret it. Of course, it was sad letting go. An amazing company with good colleagues, very friendly colleagues. but I had to let go. And one of the reasons is because I wanted to create this content right here for you guys. Because sometimes you just have that passion and desire to share ideas with people. And of course, that's one of the reasons why on this channel, I'm going to be pivoting the idea, the mindset towards talking to more people, having invitees right here. People who have the idea and knowledge about life in Canada, about starting a business, about growing a business, about personal life right here in Canada. So I'm going to bring people who can talk about these points to help immigrants, newcomers, and people around the world understand how to adapt if you move not just to Canada, but to a new country. And that's the idea that we are going to be driving towards, to help you all understand. Because, of course, after living in China for nearly 7 years and moving here, I believe that's one of the aspects that really helped me to easily integrate with the system and the culture here in Canada. And it's really hard for many people. I've spoken to a couple of new immigrants right here. I've tried to listen to their own points of view. And of course, I've also spoken to immigrants who have been here for a while. And speaking to all these people made me realize, it just clicked that, like, there's people who need information here in Canada and of course in many other countries as new immigrants. And there's people who have that information, who have been in some fields, who know how to get in some special or specific fields. But then there's no middle line where these people can come together. So on this channel, I'm trying to move towards bridging that gap, bringing the people who need that information with the people who have that information. So if you're a new immigrant, if you're an old immigrant trying to adapt, trying to understand the way things work, my aim is to put it all together and help people understand. And that's one of the reasons why, it was hard for me to quit, but I did a lot of self-thinking, I did a lot of research and talked to so many people before making that decision. And hopefully me quitting my job wouldn't be something that will lead me to trouble, because sometimes we quit our jobs without seeing the road ahead, and then we don't know how things are going to work out. But I just had to take the leap of faith. And hopefully on this channel, by the way, if you haven't subscribed yet, please feel free to subscribe to this channel, because I just quit my job and I'm hopeful that we all can work together to bring you that information that you definitely need. There are experiences that so many people have gone through, and they just do not have a place or a platform to talk about that. I haven't seen a lot of podcasts, a lot of people talking about their experiences here in Canada, and I hope we can bring that right here. So stay tuned. There's a lot in the works that I'm currently trying to bring together for you all watching, and once that is right, you will see the results. And there's so much more in the future, and I'm going to share my journey every step of the way. So if you like to see more of my experiences here in Canada, and of course listen to the amazing ideas and voices that will come on this channel to share more points of views with you, don't forget to like this video so more people can see. Subscribe to this channel, because I promise you this, if you subscribe, I won't let you down. We are taking this channel right now to the next level, and it won't be disappointing. Of course, there's going to be a lot of work to do, but stay tuned. By the way, thank you so much for watching. This is Willen. See you next time.